Hey everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here to do my next episode of Trendy Tuesday. This is the first time I'm doing for the Spiegel Mom Scrap Shop, and what you're seeing here is the trend that I see a lot, which is using your photos and putting them into shapes. So what I'm going to do today is take inspiration from Jen Scou's layout, which was the last one you saw there, and creating my photo into a heart. I am doing, quite frankly, a scrap lift of this layout, but I really loved the way she had done it and with all the journaling and how she did her title. So I just wanted to kind of embellish that into my layout. And I also want to say I hope everyone had a great Labor Day weekend and enjoyed the 3-day hop that we did. I unfortunately wasn't able to be a part of it. I had some health issues with my son, and so thankfully I was allowed to be excused from it. But there were some really awesome layouts, and I hope you really enjoyed that. Don't forget you have until September 6th to hop through everyone's stuff and make comments to be eligible for the prize. And it was really fun to have all of our special guests around as well. So it was a really well put together vlog hop, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Back to my layout here. So as you can see, I picked this really cool piece of pattern paper that I had. I thought it played off well with the photo that I have here of Sean and myself. And what I wanted to do was just have a black and white photo that would help stand out because we're at a soccer game and we have blue jerseys on, but I didn't want to highlight the blue, so I wanted to do more of a softer color. So that's why my photo is black and white there. I'm now going to play around with the felts. So I am in love with these felt hearts that come in the shop. There are a bunch of different colors and they're all super beautiful, but because this is more of a layout about how there's kind of built-in dates, I decided to use the pink one. I thought it played off well, but I still need to build the second half of my heart here. I only have the one half. So I'm just kind of going through all my pattern paper and deciding what I think is going to be the best option here. I go with the wood grain that you see. I am trying to do this gray stripe. I thought it was really pretty, but that's not going to make it onto the layout. Instead, I am going to pick this wood grain. It's the perfect balance for me, I find. It's nice and soft, so my title will look really neat on it, but it also is a pattern enough that it makes a statement. So I really, really love the way that that's going to work and turn out. And I probably should have trimmed a little bit of this off, but that's okay. You're going to see my whole process in this one today. The other thing that I really loved about doing this layout was that I got to use the felt hearts, and I also got to do a 9x12. I am currently, and I felt that this is another trend that you see a lot in scrapbooking, is the 9x12. It's kind of the new thing to do. I'm slowly becoming obsessed with them. The perfect layout when you only have one photo and you're not exactly sure how you want to decorate, so you can cut it a little bit and it gives you just that little less room to work with, and I find that that works really, really well. And I'm also going to show you right here. This is how I store my numbers. I separate them all by number. And that way when I have a number I need to use, I can just quickly go to it and pick it up. And what you were seeing me do there is I grabbed a bunch of options for the number 5, and my title is going to be called, originally it was just going to be called 5 Built-in Dates, but then I grabbed some ephemera and it changes, so you'll see that in a minute. But I found the pink again was kind of the perfect choice there. It kind of helps girlify and make the layout a little more about the lovey-dovey than it is just about the fact that we're at a soccer game, because I'll have another layout talking about the soccer game itself. So here you see I really wanted to take this piece of gray paper. I was determined to make this piece go on my layout, and I'm just going to cut around it and make it fit, just kind of trace it. In the end, it really doesn't make it onto my layout. It doesn't work, but I was determined to make it work, so I'm just cutting around. I want to keep it as much intact as possible because I also want to take a piece of this gray. I thought it'd be really neat to do a border with that on another layout, so I want to keep it as neat as possible. So you see, I'm just kind of trimming around, leaving a little bit of a border. I thought it'd be a neat look. The problem, though, is it's a diagonal paper, and I don't know why I didn't think about this, but I didn't. And so half of it looks exactly like I wanted it to, and then the other half, of course, is the opposite, so it just looks weird. So it could have worked. I probably could have made it work. I could have done some outlining or something to tie it all in, but in the end, you're gonna see that I take it out there. So first I'm gonna work on my title, and I used a bunch of different alphas here. I wanted to help make it a fun and happy type title and layout. And I really loved how I used that felt banner to help kind of just fill it all in. So there you see everything's kind of stuck down, and a little hint about the felts. Don't use your tape runner to glue them down because it stretches them out. So I learned that the hard way. I was able to make it work. I had another one. I really could have replaced it if I really wanted to, but I just made it work. But just note to yourself, maybe use glue dots or something. It'll stick on better there. And then I decided to grab the gray felt hearts as well. And I'm just going to add a couple in just a few different places. Again, I'm wanting to represent that this is kind of a lovey-dovey layout more so than about the game. So I'm adding little pieces there. I also added a little banner that I really liked that said lovely. And now I'm going to work on my journaling and everything else. You also see that I added the word hello and that I added the word together. So now my title says hello 5 built-in dates together. So that's my full title, kind of a bigger title, which again, I think it's kind of fun. It plays off the funness that I was trying to go for. And then I decided that it would be really neat to add a little pop of yellow here. So I grabbed this little sticker sheet that I had. I've had it for quite a while. It's really a bold sticker sheet, so I have a hard time using it, but I liked the yellow, and I had this little strip from another layout I had just done as well. And it's really fun and happy, so I wanted to use that, but it was too thick, so I'm just going to trim it so that it is the right amount so that you can still see the scallopness of the yellow, but you get the fun playfulness of all those pretty colors as well. And I'm just going to layer that at the bottom, and that just kind of helps bring something down there. Again, I want your eye to go to the photo, of course, but I want it also to be able to move around the layout and see all the fun stuff. I'm also just going to add the year here in some little letter alphas that I have. And I'm just going to stick that by the heart so that there's kind of a cluster of 3 there. I really love when you can do stuff like that and have it hid in different places. I magically wrote my journaling just talking about how we went to one Whitecaps game, and then they called and gave us a deal to be able to do a 5-pack game, and so I jumped on that because I knew that would be 5 guaranteed built-in dates for us to go on, and we are the type that it takes us a lot to go out, so I thought it would be a really neat idea to do that, so we had 5 guaranteed ways to go out for the year. You also saw me play with some little bits of ephemera here. I have a really hard time using epoxy stickers and all of that, and I try to, but I have a hard time. I have a hard time with round embellishments, but I, in the end, was able to add 1 there, and then I added 2 hearts that you see there. Just again, I wanted to play off the fun and playfulness with that. I then grabbed my sequence from the Let's Be Mermaid collection that I got for this month. It's so pretty. I love this. It's got the best colors in it. And I just added a pink and a yellow one to the bottom cluster. The one, I'm going to add 2 by the title. I started adding 2 also by the heart, but in the end, I'm just going to move those down and put them by my photo in a line of 3. And I thought it really worked well. It's neat, and it plays off of exactly what I wanted it to do. So with that, it wraps up my layout. I really hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know if there's a trend you would like to see me scrap. Other than that, everyone have a great week. Bye!